So what is clinical social work anyway?
It's a really good question, because I think there are a variety of different roles in social work. And when you're doing interviews with different schools, you want to make sure that the school that you're thinking about attending is going to focus on the kind of social work you would like to do. So there's social work at a macro level, where you're doing perhaps policy, or working with larger communities or neighborhoods, or making change. Then there's meso-social work, meso level, where you're working with maybe neighborhoods, or you're doing union work. And then there's social work at a micro level, where you're working with groups, individuals, and families.
Okay.
And that's what clinical social work is. If you're interested in working with groups and individuals and families, that's the kind of experience that you get here, that's kind of theoretical grounding that you'll get here. And most importantly, that's the kind of practice that you'll develop when you're in the field, where you're working with individuals, groups, families, more on a one-to-one sort of basis, where you're working like this,
Okay.
on an individual basis. Now, that's not to say that you can't take those skills as you move forward in your career and use them to do different kinds of work. In fact, many of our graduates, after they've been in the field for a while, are tapped to perhaps do supervision or direct an agency. So you do have those skills as well that you're able to take with you and work at a larger, more meso level. On occasion, we do have people who do macro level work. I have an alumnus who did work in government. He applied as a state rep. And when he retired, he was recognized for the work that he had done with access to education and affordable housing. But he said to me when he was retiring, because I said, gee, did you feel that your work here grounded you for that work? And he said that throughout his work in government, he always kept a private practice. And he always felt like his work and his exposure on a one-to-one basis informed the work that he did at a macro level. It really helped him understand what were the issues that were most important to the individual, and that was always at the heart of his work, and he felt it made his work as a legislator very meaningful.